Today I had a bit of a traumatic experience. Less traumatic for me and more traumatic for my daughter. Um, it's funny the things that our children, or even us as human beings, attach to, the constants in our lives that we're like, this is something that is not supposed to change. Because this is something that I know I can identify with. It's always there. It has always been there. And tonight I had to unmount a TV from a wall, um, as myself and my children's mothers are have separated and are in the process of fully immersing in that space. Um, you start to like divide things: who's getting what, who's taking what makes the most sense, who has room for what, who doesn't have room for what ends up what needs to be finally just trashed because there's no room anywhere for it. And and of course the TVs came into play. And the thing about a television is something you could just purchase, and you could just purchase a television. It shouldn't be a big deal. But there were three televisions in the house, one in the living room, one in each bedroom. Um, but the one in the living room definitely, I think, had more meaning for my daughter because, or at least for my daughter and my son, because when you're in the living room, that is the TV that you watch probably the most. If you're in the bedroom, you probably watch a little bit of TV in the morning when you wake up on the weekends, or you watch a little bit after bath time as you're getting ready to go to bed. But most of the core watching of television is done in the living room. And I also know, and I do give a lot of credit to your mother, but also give a lot of credit to technology. Their ability to read and write and make sense of the world came from that big old TV in the living room that was hanging off the wall that they watched all the time. And they watch a lot of YouTube on there, a lot of YouTube Kids. Watch a lot of um, Bluey and what's her name, the Dollhouse girl. All these things they watched all the time. That I mean, that TV was their TV. Let's call it what it is. That was their television. Everything in that TV was pretty much set to them. They learned how to operate it, and now are able to operate other devices because of that television. But I realized as my daughter, I took the TV down while they were upstairs, and when she came down, the TV was gone. She, in a very emotional way, expressed her sadness for that TV, and she balled up her arm and went to the corner. And my daughter does this thing. She's not a crier. She's definitely not a crier. She's a tough kid. Like, I mean, very tough. And the number of times that I've known her to cry, and I've heard her cry, is because she is like truly in emotional distress or needs to release something from her chest. And she didn't cry today, but her eyes, she has these almond eyes that look like my mother's eyes. And when she's sad and she's getting to that place, her eyes turn a tinge of pink, and it's coming. And I didn't want her to cry, so I know her mother talked to her, and I spoke to her, and we both expressed that there are three TVs, and two TVs are going to that apartment, and the second TV is coming here, so there'll be two TVs here. But I don't think it was about the television. I think it was about a space and something that was on that wall that meant something to her. A place of constant, something that made sense every day. It never changed. It was always there. The configuration of the room might have changed. Furniture might have gone. New toys might have come in. But that TV, like a watching Big Brother or whatever you want to call it, was always there for her to look up at. The number of times I would say, "Hey, Dudu, I'm about to leave," and she'll be so fixated on what was happening on TV, and I'll say, "Nunu," and she'd look back at me and she would smile, and it was just a constant for her. And it's sad because often when we are doing what we're doing as adults, um, whether we're cognizant of it or we're not cognizant of it, the children, I don't want to say they suffer, but they experience it as well. So that was tough. That was really tough. I pray for her. I know she's amazing. I know she's brilliant. I know children are resilient, but I don't want her to be scarred. I want her to have a big voice and be strong and fight through whatever life puts in front of her, including her parents' separation and divorce. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that and get off my chest. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Be well.